all begins at the station. And that already tells you something important. Before the stadium, there were the tracks. Before the stands, there was the train. Before the grand stage, there was a neighborhood growing through movement, arrivals and departures. Engenho de Dentro was built by that rhythm, by people passing through, by everyday life shaped around the railway, by a part of Rio that learned to grow with motion all around it. As the drone leaves the station, this becomes more than an approach shot. It becomes an entrance into the story. Because this is not just a flight toward a stadium. It is a journey through layers of the city. On one side, the memory of the railway. On the other, the force of a modern arena rising over the neighborhood. And when the stadium appears, it does not simply enter the frame. It takes over the skyline, slowly, confidently, as if it had always been waiting there. That is what makes this place so striking. It feels monumental, but never disconnected. It feels modern, but never detached from its surroundings. Nilton Santos Stadium, better known as Engenhão, became one of the great landmarks of this part of Rio. Not because it erased what came before it, but because it added a new chapter to a place that already had identity. And everything around it reinforces that feeling. The train museum keeps the memory of the railway alive. The knowledge hub points toward technology, learning and opportunity. And around the warehouses, especially on weekends and holidays, the space changes again. Families arrive, children play. The area fills with life. That is the beauty of this flight. It shows that Engenhão is not just a stadium dropped into the city. It is part of a bigger story. A story of movement, a story of transformation, a story of Rio seen from above, but felt from the ground. If you enjoy discovering places through history, emotion, and aerial views, like the video, subscribe to the channel and stay with us. Then the story changes. Because this is where Engenhão stops being only part of the city and starts feeling like a world of its own. The moment the camera enters the stadium, everything shifts. The city stays outside. The arena opens up, and now the heart of the place is right in front of us. The stands are empty, but the stadium feels anything but empty. Places like this hold echoes, they hold memory, they hold tension, expectation and identity, even in silence. Down on the pitch, Botafogo's training session goes on. Players moving, staff watching, work happening, preparation taking shape. And that is what makes this scene so powerful. No roaring crowd, no matchday pressure, no scoreboard, just the quieter side of the stadium. The side that comes before the noise, before the spotlight, before the emotion explodes. From above, the arena feels even greater. The shape of the stands, the clean lines of the structure, the pitch at the center, the sense of scale, the sense of presence. This is where Engenhão reveals something special. Its greatness does not depend on a packed crowd. It is already there, in the architecture, in the silence, in the weight the place carries. And that weight comes from everything the stadium has lived through. It became deeply connected to Botafogo. It became home, a place of belonging, a place where memory and club identity merged with the structure itself. But Engenhão has never been only about football. It has also welcomed major events, unforgettable nights and moments that push this stadium beyond sport. Concerts, celebrations, international competitions, Olympic memories, all of that still seems to live inside these stands. Even when they are empty, they do not feel silent. They feel loaded with everything that has already happened here. That is why this place speaks to more than just supporters. It speaks to anyone who loves cities, architecture, sport, and the hidden layers behind famous places. Because this stadium is more than concrete, seats, and grass. It is where different stories cross. The story of the railway around it. The story of the neighborhood's transformation. The story of Botafogo. The story of a city that keeps reinventing itself without losing its memory. And maybe that is why this view feels so strong. Because Engenhão is monumental, but not cold. It is massive, but not distant. It carries the scale of a major arena and the soul of a place that belongs to its surroundings. As the training continues and the drone keeps flying, one thing becomes clear. This is not just a setting. It is not just a stadium. It is presence. It is identity. It is part of Rio's living story. And when the camera glides over the field one last time, the feeling becomes even stronger. This place was built for big moments, but it also knows how to impress in stillness. In the quiet rhythm of training, in the empty seats, in the open space above the pitch, Engenhão shows a different kind of greatness. One that does not need the crowd to be real. If this flight made you see Engenhão in a different way, like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it. Because from above, the city does not only reveal its shape, it reveals the stories hidden inside it.